Before he was Gene Simmons, he was Chaim Witz, born in Israel in 1949. His mother, Flora, carried scars far deeper than anyone could see. As a teenage girl, she had survived Nazi labor camps, wearing clothes marked with crosses, watching her family disappear one by one. She never spoke much about it, but her silence, her overprotectiveness, and her sudden tears told her son everything he needed to know. For young Chaim, life in Israel was survival. His parents' marriage collapsed when he was just 6. His mother worked in factories, sewing buttons late into the night, while he often cried himself to sleep in an empty house. Dinner was sometimes nothing more than bread and milk. At 7 years old, he was already hustling, picking wild fruit to sell by the roadside. His first winter coat wasn't bought. He made it from an old army blanket. It wasn't enough to keep out the cold, but it was all he had. At school, things didn't get easier. He was bullied for being different, carrying not just the weight of poverty, but the shadow of his mother's past. The one escape he found was through comic books. He couldn't read English yet, but he studied Spider-Man and Superman like his life depended on it. Those heroes gave him something hunger and heartbreak never could: hope. Then, in 1958, everything changed. With nothing but determination, Flora brought her son to Queens, New York. They arrived with no money, no family, and no English. Chaim became Eugene Klein, and though the new world was filled with televisions and flush toilets, he still felt like a stranger in every room. From those early days, he made a silent promise. He would never let anyone see him break. Every insult about his accent, every reminder that he was poor, only made him work harder. He sold cactus door to door, sliced meat in butcher shops, and saved every penny. Unlike other teenagers, he avoided alcohol. While others stumbled, he stayed sharp, turning self-control into power. And then came February 9th, 1964. The Beatles appeared on The Ed Sullivan Show. Eugene watched in awe. In that moment, he knew he didn't just want to survive anymore. He wanted the stage. He wanted the world. He picked up a guitar, formed small bands, and studied pop culture like scripture. Soon, Eugene Klein became Gene Simmons. The boy who once patched together a coat from a blanket was about to transform into a man who spit fire and painted his face in blood. By 1973, alongside Paul Stanley, Peter Criss, and Ace Frehley, Gene co-founded KISS. They weren't just a band, they were a spectacle. Fire-breathing, blood-spitting, and unforgettable makeup made them legends before they ever had a hit. For all the fame, the money, and the merchandise empire worth millions, Gene's past has never stopped catching up with him. From lawsuits and betrayals to his own son's plagiarism scandal, the shadows of his choices linger. And yet, even the demon couldn't escape grief. In 2018, when his mother, his greatest protector, passed away at 93, Gene broke down. The man who once swore never to show weakness admitted that without her, he felt lost. Today, Gene Simmons remains one of rock's most polarizing figures, a man who turned pain into power but could never quite outrun the darkness within. In the end, the question isn't how many women he slept with or how many millions he made. The real question is, when the fire fades and the mask comes off, who is Gene Simmons without the demon? If you want to uncover more untold stories from Hollywood's most controversial stars, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss an update. Would you like me to also structure this into a 2-part video script? First part focused heavily on his childhood and rise, second part on fame, scandals, and legacy, so you can get even more suspense and watch time.